Hello everyone and welcome back to All the Mods 7 episode 10. That's right, we've hit episode 10 of this series and it's me, Akoto, and today we have some building to do because we are celebrating 300 subscribers. That's right, 300 subscribers. Celebration starts right now. So, let's go. $300 subscribers. So I know in the grand scheme of things that doesn't sound like a whole lot. I mean, you see a lot of these Minecraft YouTubers and other YouTubers who are like 5,000 subscriber celebration, 500,000 subscriber celebration, 5 million subscriber celebration. So 300, I guess, for a lot of people isn't going to sound like a ton. But I'll tell you something. I was stuck at like 263 subscribers for a very long time, just because I did content sort of irregularly here on YouTube. And I mean, I did a couple of series here and there, and I did a couple of SMPs with a few other creators. And I was like, 260. And the thing was that was sort of back in the day when I was focusing on Twitch and streaming and other things other than YouTube, honestly. So I didn't really pay a lot of attention to my YouTube channel. I would just occasionally, periodically upload something that I thought was fun, or a VOD from a video or something like that. I used a lot of No Man's Sky content, a few other things I'd upload there. So I've only really been kind of paying attention to my YouTube channel for probably like about a year and a half or so. And so I had, 260 some odd subscribers. I'd get one or two here and there. I'd lose one or two here and there. But I'll tell you, this series specifically, y'all have been amazing, because I have gained more subscribers in the last 2 months than I had in the previous year, and it's just been fantastic and awesome. And this ride for All the Mods 7 has been really, really good, and I'm really happy to have all of you here. So for all the new subscribers, welcome to the channel. So nice to have you here. I'm really happy to have you around. For all of you that stuck with me over the last couple of years, whether I was doing No Man's Sky, or whether I was doing just random videos, or Minecraft, or Fallout, or whatever it is, whatever brought you here, I'm glad you stuck around. I'm glad you stayed. I hope you're still enjoying the content to this day. If you are, fantastic. If not, well, I probably won't be doing this forever. I might be doing something else here shortly, honestly. It just kind of depends on how I feel. I'm just really into Minecraft right now, and I really enjoy the game. I enjoy the modded experience. I enjoy the vanilla experience. So there's a lot of that on my channel for a reason. Because I like doing it. I like making content for it. And apparently, y'all seem to like it too, because like I said, All the Mods 7 has been the single best series I have ever done on this channel, and I really, really appreciate it. But to show you how much I appreciate it, we're going to do something a little bit special today. So first of all, what we're going to do, if I can actually press the right button here. Nope, that's not it either. There you go. That's the one you need. Is we are going to show off the seed for this world. There's the seed down in the bottom left-hand corner. And I'll put it in the description as well. So that is the seed for this particular world. Now, here's the thing. The seed for this world works on version 0.32 and before. I don't know how it works on any of the versions that have been recently uploaded, because those are all 1.18 versions, which may change the world type here. So, in other words, like this redwood forest may not be here. This village may not be here. That river over there, the sea off in the corner, the lake, none of that may be here on the 1.18 version. So this is strictly on the 1.17 version of the game that this seed actually is this seed. And you get all of the things in the seed that you get here. So I honestly don't know what the 1.18 version of the seed looks like, to be honest with you. It may be fantastic. It may not. I'm not sure. So let the buyer beware if you're going to actually run this seed in the latest version of All the Mods 7. So that was the first thing, was the seed. Now, the second thing I wanted to do is I want to do a little bit of a Q&A with some of the comments that I've received on this particular series over the better part of the last month or month and a half that we've been doing episodes for it. So I've sort of gathered a few of the comments that I've had on my videos, and we're going to go over those here while I'm doing the thing that I'm going to be doing today. Now, the one question that keeps coming up the most often in my Discord, on YouTube, with people I just talk to in random conversations, is when are you going to stream again? That's like number one question all of you seem to have out there, especially those of you that are coming over that were followers on my Twitch channel a couple of years back. Yeah, up to about a year ago. It's just, when are you going to stream again? What streaming? Akoto, when are you going to stream again? Akoto, streaming. Are you streaming? When are you streaming? When are you streaming? When are you streaming? Are you streaming again? Are you streaming tonight? Streaming? No. The answer to the question is no. And I know I sound annoyed. I'm not. I'm doing it mostly for effect. I'm not going to be streaming anytime soon, if at all. For the simple reason, well, two simple reasons. The first reason being, I have a full-time job, and I have a lot of other things going on in my life right now. I have kids, I have my girlfriend, I have work. That's a lot of work. I'm very, very tired when I come home from work. So, I mean, I have a lot of things that are happening right now. Being able to just sort of put together videos is not a time-sensitive kind of thing. It basically means, do I have an hour to record? Yes, cool, I'll record some video. And then the next day, it's like, oh, I have another hour to record. Cool, I'll record a little bit more video. And then at the end of 2 or 3 days, I can stitch all of it together, make an episode, good to go. Streaming, you can't do that. You have to dedicate anywhere from 2 to 4 hours for a stream. And I just simply don't have that kind of time to really dedicate to being able to actually stream right now, because I don't have 4 hours at any one given time, which is like my standard kind of stream. When back in the day when I was streaming on Twitch a lot, I would do 4-hour streams. And that was about right. It was about a good amount of time as far as I was concerned. And then I'd have a couple of days where I'd just do like, bonus surprise stream, I'll go for an hour or two and whatever. But 4 hours seemed like a good amount of time. I don't have 4-hour time blocks right now to do that. And if I'm going to be streaming, I want to give you a quality product and a quality stream, and have enough time for people to show up and have a good time. So if people in different time zones, if they're busy doing something at one time, they can still pop in like an hour or two after I start streaming, say hi, hang out for a bit, and then go. Versus like, oh, I missed the stream because it was only an hour and a half and it was at a time when I was at work or something like that. So I don't want to commit to something that I can't follow through with, and that is why you have not seen any kind of streams from me lately, and probably won't in the future. Now, the other reason is something that's the elephant in the room that we cannot get away from, and that is Twitch is my preferred streaming platform. And Twitch and I have some serious ideological differences anymore as far as some of the things that they have been doing and saying and supporting over the last year or so, or tacitly ignoring over the last couple of years or so, that I'm not okay with. Things like the hate raids that certain people are getting. And certain people, I mean mostly the LGBTQIA plus, the trans community, are getting hate raided on a daily basis. And Twitch seems to be able to do nothing about it. Or they say they can do nothing about it. And I'm not okay with that. Straight up not okay with that. And I don't really care where your politics lie on this. I really, really don't. Whether you're pro or anti, I don't care. What I care about is that you have people who are being made to feel subhuman that are getting raided by people who are coming in and using sexist and racist slurs and epithets against them when they come in. And they've basically driven a lot of people out of the platform. And Twitch just seems to be turning a blind eye to it. And I'm not okay with that. And I will not support any company that is okay with that, because I don't care. I'm not in any way, shape, or form trans or anything like that, but I'm human. And I think if you're human, you ought to have enough compassion for your fellow humans to A, not do stuff like that, and B, be supportive of them when other people are trying to bring them down. And the way that I feel that I can be supportive of them is by not streaming on Twitch. Now, those of you who have a different opinion, or who stream on Twitch and enjoy it and are very inclusive in your community, bully for you. Fantastic. I'm really glad. That's why I show up on like Oni's streams occasionally, is because I know he's very, very much supportive of people in general, human beings in general. He doesn't care what they are. It's just humans are humans and rights are rights, and everyone should have them. But there is a certain subsect of people who are on Twitch who don't believe that, or who want to score points off of those particular types of people. And that's not okay. and I'm not okay with it, and therefore I will not be streaming on Twitch ever, because I refuse to condone that type of behavior by not saying anything. And some of you who are subscribers who are sitting there going, man, why don't you just play games and stop talking about politics? I'm not talking about politics. There's no politics involved here. This is not a political issue. This is a human issue, okay? This is a human rights issue. This is one group of people deciding that they want to trample on another group of people simply because they can. And it's not okay. And if you think it's okay, and if you're in favor of that, then by all means, please unsubscribe, because I don't want you on my channel. I don't think any of you are. But if you are, then the door is over there. Just please use it, because that's not the kind of people that I want supporting me, and that's not the kind of people that I want supporting my videos. So I don't care about your politics. I mean, you could be fascist anarchists for all I care. I really don't. But I think we can all agree that no one should be treated poorly, especially in some of the ways that I've seen people being treated on that platform, ever. And for me personally, to stream on the platform is to quietly condone that behavior. Is to say that, well, this is a terrible thing, but yeah, I want to stream anyway, so I'm going to do that. If I do any kind of streaming in the future, it's either going to be on YouTube or when Twitch gets its act together, which I have absolutely no confidence that's ever going to happen, to be perfectly honest. So that's why there has been no streaming. So I hope that answers that question completely. And I hope that answers that question in such a way that you actually understand where I'm coming from. Is that it's a time issue and it's a human issue. And it's a combination of both of those things. And I can't not say something. I just can't. I mean, and people who know me personally and know me in real life and understand where I'm coming from, they understand where I'm coming from because they know me and they know certain things about me that make it so that I cannot participate in a community that simply just turns a blind eye to that kind of treatment of other people in the community. So there we go. So that's the serious, real talk with Akoto on streaming. I'm going to go sleep now, and we're going to get to building something, and we're going to answer some more questions while we're doing it. So what I'm making today, in honor of my 300 subscribers here, is we are going to be making ourselves... I don't know if anyone's ever been to, or if you lived in the United Kingdom, you've probably been to it. I don't know if anyone's ever been to Edinburgh, but in Edinburgh, they have something that's called the Royal Mile. And basically what the Royal Mile is a big, long road that goes from, what is now one of the Queen's summer residences at the bottom of the hill, all the way up the hill to Edinburgh Castle. And it's called the Royal Mile. And basically it's where, back in the day, the parade for the King of Scotland would be done when he is being invested in as the monarch of Scotland, as the king or queen of Scotland, he or she, I should say, and he was invested with the crown. Was it called the crown jewels, or I can't remember what it is, but it's basically like a sword, a helmet, and some jewels. Invested with the badges of office. There's a name for it, and I cannot remember what it is. Those of you in the UK, please correct me. But that's what they have, is this big long street called the Royal Mile. Now, modern day Scotland, the Royal Mile has been built over 7 or 8 times. There's stuff underneath the Royal Mile, and it's just sort of this really cool little street that is basically meant for exactly that. Is meant for the investiture of the monarch of Scotland to parade down before he or she goes through the ceremony, performs the ceremony to become the ruler. So we're going to build something very similar to the Royal Mile. And on this Royal Mile, and I believe it's going to be down here, because if you go down, you'll actually see, I did finish this, by the way. I didn't not finish it, but I did finish the front of the mountain here with, see, look, it's done. It's all done. It's not just an empty shell anymore. It's all done. It's got some grass and everything on it. So I did finish the top of the mountain for this. But what I'm thinking is we've got this road right here. So we're actually going to do a road that leads up to my base from here. That basically, I don't know if I want to have it wind this way and then up, or just want it to go straight up this direction and then over. So it's going to be kind of interesting. So, and we're going to make it mostly out of the sides anyway, out of deep slate bricks. And then we're going to do deep slate tile as the actual road. Although I might just go with regular old-fashioned cobblestone, because that's the Royal Mile in Scotland is a cobble road. So we can use the deep slate for accents like we have in a lot of our base here, and still keep that that old-timey, like almost medieval kind of feel using cobblestone for the road. So I might actually end up doing that. Oh, that's right. I can't get out this way. I got to go over this way. So that's what we're going to do. And on this road, we are going to have these pillars that are going to have probably something at the top of them similar to, I mean, obviously some of them have lights, but a lot of them are going to have signs and other modded things like the swinging signs and so on and so forth, that's going to have certain names on them from people who I owe a great deal to for getting to this milestone, and who I just owed a great deal to just in general, as they're friends of mine, they're my mods, they're people I've been hanging out with for years, people who have inspired me. So on every single one of these, at some point, there's going to be some type of sign or sigil or frame or something that has something with them in it. So that is, so we've got, what, 2 stacks deep slate tile slabs, some deep slate bricks, some cut spill pillars. I think that's enough to get started at least. And while we're getting things laid out, question that I actually got in my Discord, it's kind of a question and it's kind of a suggestion. And it comes from Kmart Roomba, which I love. I love that name. I love the name Kmart Roomba. It's awesome. And he or she or they asks, why don't you get into Mahosukai? So, I think y'all have heard my rants on magic mods in Minecraft, and Minecraft modded. I'm not a fan, and I never really. No, that's right. I need to just trash this. I never really have been a fan of magic mods, and I do consider like Botania. Ooh, Harvest Moon, neat. If I only had to worry about harvesting crops at this point. I do consider like Botania a magic mod. I do. I'm sorry, I just do. So I don't really care for magic mods, and I couldn't tell you honestly why. I just never really have, and it's just not something that's ever really interested me all that much. So magic mods and I just don't really get along a whole lot. Now, having said that, I've never tried Mahosukai, so it might be something that I decide that I kind of want to do a little bit later on. So yeah, I might get into it, but it's just one of those things where it's just like it doesn't do it for me, you know. I play modded Minecraft for a lot of things. Like I love the different types of building materials you can get. I love the different types of tech mods that you can play around with, but the magic mods and I have never gotten along. Now, having said that, I might at some point find a magic mod I really like, but for right now, I haven't ever really come across one that I enjoyed. And I know it's kind of a bummer for those of you who really enjoy magic mods, and I totally get that. Hey, play the game however you want to. Like, if you like magic mods, just don't take my opinion as gospel. Just like your magic mods. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's just never something that's really interested me all that much. So it's not something that I really do a lot of. So, I mean, but like I said, hey, if you make magic mods or mod packs based around magic, go for it. Absolutely. Remember, it's Minecraft. No one can tell you what you can or cannot do. Period. End of story. If you want to make something out of make magic mods, make magic mods. If you want to do magic mod packs, do it. Go for it. Chosen Architect's doing a medieval Minecraft playthrough where he is just loving Ars Nouveau. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine. It's just not really my cup of tea. I like Mechanism. I like Tech Reborn. I like Industrial Revolution. I'm getting more into like things like industrial foregoing. So it's just something that uh, it just never really has been my thing. From Britannia um, through to like blood magic and some of the other types of mods, like the vampirism mod is a lot of magic. So it's just not something I've ever really cared for. But hey, you do you. If you want to play it, go for it, man. All you. It's just not really my cup of tea. So now I have decided we're going to basically have this go out a little bit, and then as we get to right about here, it's going to be a little bit more pronounced with the turn. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 up and 2 over. So 1, 2, 3 up, 2 over. So the road's going to sort of turn this way. 1, 2, 3, 2 over, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 over. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 over. There we go. So we are going to have a fairly gentle curve here as it goes up the hill, but then it's going to be more pronounced coming this way. And then we're going to come out here and go all the way up that direction. So I think from here, so 1, 2, 3, 2 over, 1, 2, 3, 2 over. I get that right, didn't I? Oh, it's 1. It's not 2 over. It's 1 over. Oops. Whoopsie. Okay, so that's no big deal. We can fix that. We can fix that real fast. Doink. There we go. So 1, 2, 3. No, I had that one right. Let's see. Live building. 1, 2, 3, and 1 over. Okay, so I had all these right. 1, 2, 3, 1 over. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1 over. 1, 2, 3, 1 over. Okay, perfect. So yeah, we'll have sort of a gentle slope, and we're going to sort of build a hill that goes along with this too. So it's sort of a gentle slope up this direction, and then when we get to about here, we're going to turn it that way. So let's see. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 over. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 1 over. Yeah, okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 1 over. Doink. There we go. So that's where the road's going to go, and then as we get to here, we're going to straighten it back out. So we'll just go 1, 2, 3. So that's where that'll go. So much of this, when you're doing things like big highway construction projects for all intents and purposes, so much of it is just laying things out to start with and then sort of building around your idea from there. There's no real magic to it. It's just a matter of you have to sort of keep in mind what you're doing and where it's going and how it's going to look when you're done with it. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 here. And then, so that's 1, 2, 3 here. Okay. So we're going, yeah, this actually looks pretty good. So because by the time we get to here, it's going to be a fairly steep grade. So we shouldn't have to worry about it too much. So 1, 2, 3, and now we're going to start turning this direction. So we're going to turn, so 1, 2, 3, 1 over there. And then, like I said, this is just to give me an idea of where we're putting everything. So I got to get up this hill. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 1 over. Doink. There we go. So, yep. And then now we should probably turn even more this direction. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, boink. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3, 1. Sorry, tree. Why, thank you, tree. So much stuff. I have so many things in my inventory. Luckily, I have this remote. I think we now have a pretty good idea of where our road is going to come from and where it's going to go. So that looks pretty darn good. So these are going to be the outskirts of our wall, basically. So let's go down now and figure out precisely where these are going. And I'm bleeding. That's fantastic. Yay, me! Oh, creeper! Good. I don't know what I have that keeps him from blowing up the area I'm in, but I have it, and I'm very glad of it. So now we need to actually make the side, pretty much the side of the road down here. So when we're doing it 4 wide, so actually I need to go back up here and sort of change some things around. Because, well, we're starting off 4 wide. Does it necessarily have to be 4 wide the whole way? I don't think so. I mean, these old roads kind of... Roads in Europe are weird, man. They really are. If you live in the UK or Europe, you got to admit, your roads are really strange, all right? You know, I'm used to here in the United States where everything is a grid. It just goes left, right, up, down, north, south, east, west, done. We build our cities around a grid. Europe, you build your cities however you feel like. It's just like, we think there should be a road here. Therefore, now there is. And let me tell you, those of us from the United States that are trying to get around your city, it is almost impossible. It really is. It's like, where am I going? What's going on? I'm so lost. Once you get used to it, I guess it'd be okay, but I don't know if I'd ever get used to it. So, but anyway, having said all of that, so we're going to build this road down here that starts off a little bit narrower and gets wider as we get to the top, and I think we're okay with that. So let's go ahead and put down the foundation for our particular road. And what we're going to do is we're basically just going to build this in where we think the road is going to be. So we're going to start here at this bottom layer. So this is where the road's going to start at, but then it's going to get progressively bigger, taller, something like that. And we're just going to basically go up a block as we go, and we'll do slabs going up. And while we're building this, I was going through my comments because I had asked for some basic questions and things like that for everyone to ask me if they wanted to ask me questions. And I did have a fair amount of questions that I had on my channel here over this series of this playthrough. Most of which I've actually answered in other videos, honestly. So it's kind of difficult to go over a lot of those since I already went over them. Ow, my ankles. So I was just sort of looking through, and the amount of support from all of you over the last month or so from this, oh God, my ankles again, from all of the videos I've been doing and everything that people have, been telling me is just, it's really kind of overwhelming. I mean, just every single episode I have comments on there that are just like, hey, I love this playthrough. I really enjoy watching you. Glad I found you. All these different things. Like the one comment that I was just sort of, geeking out over for a while was, and I don't even remember who it was at this point, but you're probably out there watching it, so there's a guy who said, it's like, hey, you should have like 25,000 subscribers. You're so good at this. And that just, it really makes you feel good when you have people that are that supportive, that think that you deserve that amount of not only subscribers, but just that amount of optics on you, that they truly believe that. And that, I mean, there's nothing that makes someone who does this feel better than comments like that. And I get comments like that on every episode that I'm doing for this playthrough and for my other series that I've done as well. I get a lot of really good comments all the time, and it's really encouraging. And I don't know how to say thank you to you guys enough other than doing what I'm doing, which is like this road. This road is for you. This is your road. This is a testament to all of the support you've given me over, well, many of you over the years, but for a lot of you that are new here, for just the time that you've been here, it's just been absolutely fantastic. And I don't know how else to say thank you than to do something like this. I mean, it's just, and it's fun. I enjoy doing this. This is a lot of fun to do. So what should we have here? Should we have it be like this? I think so. And then it just slowly will go up from there. So maybe another layer like that here. And then, no, I'll have to get rid of that one, but that's okay. And then we can do another layer like that there. Yeah, okay, good. So this is how this is going to look, is you're basically going to have the road that goes up here, and we'll increase the height of these as we go as well. This is just sort of like I said, this is just sort of roughing out the outline for where this road's going to go. So let's keep going. And while we're going, we'll just keep talking as we go here. But yeah, just the amount of support I've gotten is just, it's really, frankly, unbelievable. And it's so overwhelming. It really is. Just the number of people that look forward to what I'm doing every time I put an episode out. That just look forward to the builds and the adventures that we're having and the things that we're doing, and it's just so cool. It's so cool to have that. And I mean, every entertainer likes having an audience. That's just how it is. I mean, if you don't like an audience, then entertainment may not be the industry for you. So anyone who considers themselves an entertainer, which I do, wants an audience, because that's like our drug. It really is. It's like what we enjoy the most is having people who are, always there and always wanting to participate more, or wanting to see more, and wanting me to do more. It's very humbling. Let me just put it that way. It's very humbling to have that kind of following of an incredibly positive community of people who are always around and who always enjoy watching my stuff and who give me the support that they do. And that's you guys. That's all on you guys. You were all like that. And it's so cool. It's so cool to have. So I can't say thank you enough. I really can't. So I hope you enjoy this build, because like I said, this is you. This is all you guys. This is a testament to everything that you do for me on a regular basis, and everything that you like seeing, and everything that you like watching me do. This is all about you guys. And I mean, of course, it's a little about me because I like building. But in essence, this is a build that's here simply because y'all exist. And I don't know what else to say. I don't know how else to say it other than just having you around makes this worthwhile. And I hope you know that, and I hope you realize that. And I hope that resonates with you as much as it does with me. I hope you enjoy being around as much as I enjoy having you all around. I wonder, how's this looking? What do we think? Is that good? Oh, wait. Get rid of that one. And then that goes out there and hits that. Yeah, cool. Okay, good. So this is coming along, I think. So let's I'm going to build a little bit more here. So now that you see where we're going with this, I'm going to build a little bit more, and then I'll be back with you in just a little bit when we've got more of this road put in. And after a couple of days of building and landscaping, oh my god, I hate landscaping so much. It's like one of my least favorite things to do in Minecraft. And what do I find myself doing all the time? I think we've made something that we can be very proud of. So down there we have the 300. That is for all of you subscribers out there. And if you joined after 300, hey, welcome. I just didn't want to do a 317 subscriber special, So, but that is our 300 walk up. Now you can't see all of this from here, so you have to kind of get the idea as we get a little bit closer here. So let's get down to the bottom, and you can see the walk that we've got here. Now I wanted to make this kind of an amalgam of the journey we've been on here in all the Mod 7. So we've got some of the trees from the Everbright, we've got some fir trees, we've got a maple tree over there, some azaleas, and a few other things. And I love these gold lamp posts. They're really cool. Although I kind of almost wish I went with iron now, because these lamps sort of are gray. They probably go better with iron. So we have our 300 subscribers down here, and then we have these blocks of zinc with signs on them on these pillars, which I really like the way that turned out. But all of these signs have names on them, and all of the names that are on these signs are for one individual who I wanted to call out specifically. Now, obviously, all of you are important, and all of you are amazing, and I couldn't do all this value. But some of the people in here, I think, deserve recognition for lots of different reasons, and we'll go over each one in turn. So at the very bottom of the road here, we have sort of the foundation of what I have built my channel on, and it's from the two people that I have learned the most from. And this was the first person I ever subscribed to over on Twitch. Really good guy. I met him in person at TwitchCon 2017. Ishi Badass. He plays a lot of Minecraft. He plays a lot of Battle Royale games. He's a variety streamer on Twitch. He does a lot of really cool stuff. Definitely worth a follow for him. But I learned a lot from him as far as how to stream and how to talk to an audience, and the things that I kind of in the back of my head knew, but seeing them in practice really helped. Because I came from, the school of radio and entertainment, and it's different than doing YouTube or Twitch. You have to sort of modify your approach a little bit. So I learned a ton from him, and then of course I would not be doing any of this if I had not come across this guy by the name of Stat. And I don't even know if Stat's still streaming or doing content or anything anymore. He kind of disappeared a little bit a while ago. He's having some issues in his personal life. I hope he's doing okay. I hope he comes back and does more stuff. Stat was a fantastic streamer. I actually found him when I was playing No Man's Sky, and he was streaming No Man's Sky. And then he started playing Battlefield and PUBG and a bunch of other games. And cool dude. Really like him. I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for discovering him and realizing it's like, hey, I can do that too. Really cool dude. Definitely worth a sub over on YouTube to him if you can go look at some of his old content there, his old streams. He is freaking hysterical. So those two I determined needed to be down here at the base of all of this, because that's kind of the base that I've built things on. Now, as we go up the stairs, I love the way these stairs turned out. I tried cobblestone. It didn't look very good, so it didn't look good with the deep slate, so I decided to keep the tiles. So as we go up a little bit more, we have other people that mean quite a bit to me. Mr. Senior Foofy Pants, who actually won my 2018 New Year's Eve stream prize for determining that you cannot put anchovies and bacon together on pizza and have it taste better. My theory was that bacon made everything taste better. It did not make anchovy pizza taste better. So he won that, and that's always been something that I've really remembered and has been really amusing. So Mr. Senior Flippy Pants goes up there. Over here we have The Game. The Game is a guy who, literally every stream that I did, he would show up. Every single one. I don't think he missed a stream by the time he found me until I stopped streaming, that he was not there at some point. Always there, always supportive, always hanging out, commenting, being involved. So he definitely deserves a sign over here. As we move up a little bit further, we've got Playing with Evil, who's been a longtime supporter of mine. Another guy who, I would do a stream. Didn't matter what it was, he would show up and have a really good time and hang out. And just a funny guy, and I really appreciate him. Over here we have Sugar G1. There were days where I would have streams where I would have 10, 15 people in the stream, and everyone would be lurking. And there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, I love lurkers. If you want to lurk and just hang out and enjoy my content, I'm fine with that. But Sugar would be sometimes the only person who was talking in chat. So she would specifically try and make a wall of sugar in the chat. Just for fun. And it was great. And I always enjoyed having her around. So I hope she's still watching my videos here too. As we move up a little bit further, as you notice, we have the maple trees over here. I really like how this turned out with the landscaping over here. Of course, you've got to have grass grow a few other places, but still, it's really looking good. I like the amalgam of all the different things that we've done here so far in this playthrough. So, King Otaku. King Otaku is a guy who ran across me when I was doing TriCraft and has been very active in Discord and hangs out and is helpful, would hang out in chat. Always a great guy to have around. I believe he also does YouTube content, so you can go check out his channel too while you're at it. So yeah, great guy. Alapaga, a guy who came across from Miss Dee Dee's community and has always been helpful and always seemed to enjoy the streams and was one of my Twitch subscribers for a while as well. And great guy, really loved having him around. And he's stuck around too. I hope he's still watching. I hope you're out there, Alapaga. I miss you guys. So Get Riggy. You know who you are, Get. So this guy wanders into my channel one day with this username, Get Rugwe. And basically he said, I was like, how do you even, he's just like, call me Get. And he basically got his username because all the other usernames were taken. So he just slammed his head on the keyboard until he got that. And that was his username. So Get has been around since the very beginnings of my content creation career. So he definitely deserves a sign up here. He's been a supporter, a Twitch subscriber off and on. Great guy. Once again, hope he's still around and still watching this content here. So you get your own sign because you deserve it. Over here we have Boggy Balls, another guy who found my channel very early on Twitch and then has been watching me ever since and enjoys playing all types of different survival games. Always fun to have around. Always an interesting dude to have hanging out. And so he definitely deserves to be up here as well. Moving up for getting closer to the top, we've got Thelanius. Thelanius, I don't know what to say, man. You have stuck through all the different changes and all the different like stresses that I've had and all the different things that have gone on, and you've been here since the beginning and you haven't ever left, and I don't know how I can say thank you for that. It's like the amount of faith that people have in me is just unbelievable, and it's great to see people who have been around since the beginning still sticking around even after I sometimes take like a 6-month break because of personal life things that are going on or other stuff that I have, or like earlier this year when I basically took a month off from creation because I was going through training with my new job, and I just was exhausted every day and didn't have time to actually make content. Still here. After all this time, he is still here, and he definitely deserved this sign. So thank you, Thelanius. Over here we have Kustamon. Kind of the same story as Thelanius. He was my very first Twitch subscriber. And he would come, like, I'd be streaming along, and then all of a sudden Kustamon would show up and just subscribe again. And I'm like, well, hi, thanks for hanging out. He'd never really say anything. He would just show up, subscribe, and go away, and then just basically hang out and watch the stream. And it was great. And Kustamon, I hope you're still out there watching. I hope you're still out there enjoying the content. If you are, fantastic. Glad to always see you around, man. It's the two of you, Thelanius and Kustamon. You guys have been around since the beginning, and you've been great. So you deserve your own sign as well. Now we move up a little bit further here, and we get to Katrim. Katrim is a fantastic streamer over on Twitch. So if you want to go give him a follow, he does a lot of modded Minecraft. He does Warframe. He does Path of Exile, lots of survival games, lots of action RPGs. He's also one of my mods, or was one of my mods when I was streaming over on Twitch. Great guy. Older gentleman, so I get along. We can make like similar pop culture references, and we each get it, and everyone else looks at us and goes, "Oh," which is always I always appreciate. So Katrim's a great guy, great streamer, great supporter, and a fantastic mod. So he definitely deserved a spot up here. On the other side, we have Tyler Hoot. Tyler was another one of my mods who actually hosted one of my first. I mean, it wasn't really a realm, but it kind of was. It was basically we were doing a 1.14 test run, and he was willing to actually host that on his server hosting. So he actually hosted it and got it running, and had been a mod of mine for a while before that. Another great guy, fantastic individual, really fun to have around, and really appreciate all the stuff that he's done for me. And he's a mod, and he's a great mod, so he deserved a spot up here as well. Moving on up, we've got Guyver UK. What can I say about Guyver other than, wow. Guyver's a weird dude, but Guyver's also a great streamer. He's a fantastic mod. He's a wonderful human being. He knows some of the most interesting people. He buys games for other people that we hang out with, like Stretchy Cat over on Twitch, like the My Little Pony adventure, and then sends it to Stretchy, saying like, "Hey Stretchy, I'm gonna buy you a game. You have to play it." And Stretchy's like, "Okay." And he sends him My Little Pony adventure, and then sent him a tiara and dress to wear with it while he played the game. And Stretchy did, and it was amazing. But Guyver's a great guy. He's a fantastic guy to have around. Right, to this day. I mean, and he's not big into Minecraft, which is fine. You don't have to be. The game's not for everybody. But I do hope he's around watching my content still. And he is very active in Discord, and just a great person to have around. So Guyver, thank you very much. On the other side, we have Catharsis Gaming. It's Lily. Lily is just a fabulous human being. I mean, I could say she's a great mod. I could say she's a great streamer. I could say she's a good person, but she's just a fabulous human being overall. Always is willing to, like, even in my darkest times when I was just down in the dumps and everything seemed to be going wrong and I was having to restart my life all over again for the fourth time, I would go check in occasionally and look over and just I have Discord and I'd look and I see I got a message from Millie and it was just basically her saying, hey, just checking in on you, making sure everything's okay. And at the time I was just like, I can't people. I'm sorry. I just can't people right now. But she's always been there and always been willing to be supportive and as a shoulder to lean on. And I can't say enough about Lily. She's just a great person. Go follow her on Twitch. Watch her stream. She plays Fallout 4 and stuff and it's great. She's a lot of fun to have around and just a fantastic human being. So, and then finally, at the top of the road of the Royal Mile, we have these two. And I didn't do signs for them. I did armor for them because honestly, they're the people who have shown me the most support and they've been the most understanding people I could want. I don't deserve them, obviously, but they got suits of armor because they've been constants throughout all of my content creation. So they get armor and they get banners. And you probably can kind of figure out who these are if you're watching here. So this is First Oni. This is the closest I could get to like a demonic looking banner. But this is First Oni. He gets my old Aqua armor. First Oni is a real life friend of mine. Great content creator, great streamer. Used to play Legend of the Five Rings with him in tournaments. Fun guy to have around. Really good dude. Amazing mod. Someone who I'm happy to say is a very good friend of mine. So First Oni, you have this plinth of honor here. And the other person who gets one is Kitty. So this is Kitty Loves Ozzy. She's also a content creator on Twitch. I don't know if she's streamed recently. I haven't seen it pop up in my notifications. But she actually hangs out with Oni and I and Melania and Nealana and Lily, Demons, and a few other people when we're actually hanging out on Oni's stream playing Minecraft or Path of Exile or whatever. But Kitty has been a mod of mine. First Oni and Kitty were my first two mods. Kitty is, I like the cat, by the way. I hope you like your cat banner. Kitty gets the glowy pink armor because I know she hates that. She doesn't like pink, so I specifically did that. Kitty is another person who is a fantastic mod, just a great human being, someone who I always enjoy having around, and is fun to play games with, fun to hang out with, plays a lot of modded Minecraft, like built the demonic bounce house in one of Oni's mod packs. That was one of the coolest things we'd ever seen. But just having her around is always a good time, and I always enjoy having her. Either whether I'm streaming or doing content or just on Discord, when I see her show up, it makes me feel good. So Kitty gets a spot of honor here as well. And that's the Royal Mile. That's the road. And I really like the way that it turned out. This landscaping took forever. I really like the way that this turned out. It's a very simple build too. It's just deep slate, some modded stuff, the zinc blocks. I mean, you could build this in vanilla too. It just looks slightly different. You wouldn't have like the hanging signs and all that. But I mean, you could build this in vanilla, but I really like the way that this turned out. It really does remind me of the Royal Mile from Edinburgh. So yeah, this is what we did this episode. This is the big thing that I wanted to do for all of you folks who helped me get to this number right here, to the 300 number. It's just fabulous to see. It's fabulous to get there. Let me get these out of my hands so they're not in there. I never thought that I would have a community that's this much fun and this cool to be around and is so supportive. And I wanted to do something for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this build. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Episode 11's coming up here probably and a little bit later this week. I know this came out a little bit later than I wanted to, but I was working on it. And I was brainstorming ideas and I couldn't think of anything to do until I finally remembered, hey, we can totally do this. So I hope you did enjoy all of the building that we did today. I hope you enjoyed the little tribute and allowed me to get a little bit sappy. I know it's strange, but hey, we've gone from like I said, I was stuck forever at 250 subscribers, and then all of a sudden we're over 300. We're on our way to 500. We might hit 500 before the end of the year. I don't know. I'm going to lose my mind if that happens, but it's been amazing to have all of you here hanging out with me, enjoying the content, enjoying what we do. All I can say is thank you all so very much for everything that you do, all the comments, all of the well wishes, all the people on Discord, everyone. If your name's not here, if I haven't mentioned you, it's not that I haven't forgotten about. It's not that I've forgotten about you. It's just that I don't have enough time to mention everyone in here that has helped me out along the way. So understand that this is for you too, even if I didn't mention you by name. So, but hey, I really appreciate you coming along. I appreciate you, your subscriptions, your comments, your support, your well wishes, everything that you do for me every time I have a video that comes up. So if you're new here, hey, we'd love to have you. Feel free to hit the like and subscribe button on the way out the door. But if you don't want to do that, if you just want to hang out and watch the videos, that's fine too. I do this for fun. I do this for entertainment. I do this for my own mental health. So don't feel like you ever have to do anything you don't want to do when you come here. Don't feel like you're being pressured into doing things when you come here. Just enjoy the videos and have a good time. But whatever you do tonight, make sure you go out, play some games, have some fun. I'll see you all again real soon, folks. Have a good night.